So we'll see.
And this Marth is very crisp.
Yeah. And then we have Sunshine State Fishing, who's the other player who is actually a local CFL. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see. So it's kind of like the, you got the old school player versus the new school.
Yeah,
it's always fun.
It's always a good narrative.
Yeah.
So the cool thing here is matchup-wise, you know, Marth versus Captain Falcon. It's an age-old matchup. You know, you have Marth or Ken and Isaiah back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, Marth and Captain Falcon both punish each other very well. Because Captain Falcon can weave in and out of Marth's movement. Marth has these great hitboxes. They both can juggle each other depending on the stage.
Right.
So, pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it's to the point where Pew Pew feels that as much as Captain Falcon can punish Marth, he'll go Fox depending on the player.
Right.
Like the last bunch of times he played none, he didn't even use a swordsman. He just went Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works, you know.
For sure.
And I'll tell you, I know Swiftbass and all that, but you know, I play with Sunshine State Fishing quite a bit, so I know he's a lot more of a almost like a Wizrobe type Falcon, more like the
Edge guard heavy.
Yeah, he's a lot edge guard. He's gonna go for how do we put it? He's not like in your face all the time. You know, just like he's a little more like, okay, I'm gonna go for the optimal, more like I'm gonna go for a grab, try to get a good like combo string out of that.
Yeah.
Whereas you know you might have someone like Nunn or SUJ who's a little more like in your face, more like speed.
Yeah, Nunn is definitely a lot more aggro than Sunshine State Fishing.
Right. Yeah. So again, you'll see a little more of I would say like a relaxed Falcon play, I guess, to put it. So again, a lot more like bait and grab heavy. A lot more like waiting by the ledge, which he does a lot. You'll see.
Yeah. All right, so we didn't go with a neutral start, which didn't work out well for Swiftbass. Ooh, I like that power shield.
So again, as you can see, you know, Sunshine just kind of staying back, waiting to get the punish. But Swiftbass doing a good job of keeping him out as well. You know, Marth's got the range, so Swiftbass has no problem staying back.
I like that fake out. He did a short hop and then just faded back with a wave dash and did the F smash, you know, hoping that Sunshine State Fishing was going to drop his shield because he didn't do any kind of attack.
Right. Yeah, right now is like a perfect example of like reading your opponent, like playing the okay, what do you like to do game. You know, they're both okay. That was That was one of those typical.
He faded back to not get hit, but
yeah.
too much so he couldn't grab the ledge.
Right.
Great scenario for Swiftbass right there.
That's kind of like a Falcon thing, though, you know, because Falcon, his arrow mobility to get to the ledge from recovery is so important, and sometimes you just go a little too far back.
Ooh, that DI was questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went at that straight up like 45-degree down angle,
yeah.
like. Yeah. So okay, so Swiftbass is happy right now. Looking good for him. So again, they're just like playing each other out right now, spacing each other, trying to see what the other person likes to do here. And if Swiftbass could keep up those, you know, early edge guards, that'll be huge.
For sure. And like Sunshine State Fishing just needs to be smarter because, like I said, that was definitely because of DI that he lost that stock.
Right.
So if he just makes sure to not do that, he could still hang in there.
Ooh. Yeah, and all it takes is one little catch. Ooh,
the tech though.
There you go.
We got techs.
There you go. Now if he could have done that earlier, that would have been fantastic. But
right.
No. Okay.
All right. Command grab, always a good thing for Captain Falcon.
Oh,
he could have went for the knee, right?
Yeah, I think he got a little nervous there. You know, sometimes, especially I feel like when you're on stream like this and
on
you're
a
like
big national, yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't want to do it.
Playing against a formerly ranked, if not currently ranked, Melee Nami player.
Right. And yeah, especially at this point when you're, you know, there's such a big difference in stocks. You get to that point where you're starting to lose confidence. Like, oh, this is like, I don't even have a chance now and all that. So hopefully he can keep up his mental stature here. And Swiftbass, he's just got to keep it up.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he's on the road to almost four-stalking him.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much he's just got to keep him out a little more. He doesn't have to approach at all because, again, he is up so much. So Kaio's definitely, Sunshine State Fishing has definitely got to play a more of an aggressive game, which, again, he's not a big fan of. So. Interesting. Swiftbass using a little mixing up with the dancing blade there.
I love seeing that. Being old school, like, Ken used to do that all the time.
I feel like that is an old school thing, right? Like the dancing blade.
And it wasn't just Ken. Like, KDJ would do it, and a couple of the old school Marths would do it from, like, the West Coast.
Right. Yeah, you got to use all your options for sure. Oh, yeah, that's it. All right.
Solid 3-stock from Swiftbass. Sunshine State Fishing definitely was in there at some points, but we'll see what he's going to do now.
Yeah, again, like we were talking about, it was just like bad DI here, you know, fade back a little much here. Just simple things, like one, because, you know, okay, so with Melee you have your different interactions, right? So you have, okay, this person throws out this move, this person does this thing, you know, so it's just like a bunch of interactions over and over and over, right? So that was just one interaction. That's all it takes sometimes. You just mess up that one interaction. And if you could just fix a simple little thing like that, that'd be a big difference.
Yeah, in both games so far, he's got first blood. He got the first hit in, so he just needs to stick with that kind of confidence.
Right.
But one thing I noticed, I talked about it a little bit in the last game, but this one I'm seeing it again. Like Swiftbass's power shields are on point. He recognizes when like Captain Falcon's hitboxes go out and stuff.
Right.
So it's that old school experience.
All right, there you go.
Good stuff, and Sunshine State Fishing takes first blood.
And Sunshine's nodding his head up and down. Yeah, he needed that because he's actually pretty like emotional player too. Like he's one of those, if I'm doing really good, I'm really happy, and if I'm doing really bad, I'm really unhappy. You know,
right.
Like extreme. So that he definitely needed that. Swiftbass he's definitely a very like neutral player.
He's super neutral.
Yeah.
I remember at Big House 5, I watched him money match players, win or lose, exact same facial expression on his face.
Yeah.
So that was always interesting.
But you know, that's a good player though. You know, like to not get upset when you lose and just keep your mental stature like that.
Yeah, it helps out a lot.
Yeah.
That's why, like, he's the type of player where when he does show emotion, like, you get excited for him. He's like, oh, look, he's actually emotional.
Like, oh, there it is.
When Wizzy took that set off Hungry Box, that Smash Rivalries, you're like, oh, look, Wizzy's popping off.
Yeah.
He never does this.
Yeah, that's so funny, yeah, to see that. Okay, yeah.
At this point, Swiftbass is just attacking on a lot of pressure, and it's kind of starting to get to Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine needs to get a little more off his grabs here. Like that. There you go.
Yeah, as I say that, Central Florida popping off.
Yeah, did I say he's from Central Florida? You can hear the chants in the background.
The Go Kyle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
All right, Swiftbass didn't take too much percent from that. Great string of combos.
That was an interesting. I don't know how he got that.
I like that air dodge.
Yeah, that was good. Again, you got to use all your options. You know, you can't just use your up B to recover. You got to use, you know, air dodge to recover, your DI movement, all that fun stuff. Yeah. He's having a hard time converting off of these hits into like really good combos, which Falcon on Marth, something you definitely need to be able to do.
Yeah, like we said at the beginning, they both have great punish game with each other.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple times, like earlier, Sunshine State Fishing went for an up air when he could have went for a knee.
Right.
And it possibly could have taken the stock, so I'm questioning some of his decision making.
Oh wow.
But that knee takes the stock.
Yeah. And I hate saying it, but that was another like, I'm just gonna throw out this knee, please work, and it did. So let's go mix up game.
Kick.
I think they heard us about using your options. You know, we've seen some dancing blades, some Falcon kick. Let's go.
Yeah, this ain't your average Marth Falcon.
Yeah. There you go, dancing blade again. Oh, okay.
Ooh, I like the up air off the platform.
Yeah, that was good. He's got to convert off this though. It's super
Yeah, this
important.
could be good.
Oh, but he doesn't get the grab.
Yeah, Swiftbass gets it instead.
Yeah, Swiftbass DI has been pretty solid. He's been able to get out a lot of those, and that should be it. Okay, that was a little close, but
at least that last game was very respectable.
Yeah. Yeah. Sunshine State Fishing kind of patting his shoulder like, good games, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So, again, like we were talking about, you know, momentum definitely carries across sets even. So it's good. And I said he is a little more emotional sometimes. Yeah. So it's good to see when it's like, yeah, you know, that was good.
He could keep it. I mean, that was early on in the pool. He could still make it out. Yeah. He played well in the last game. He can take some mental notes and, you know, progress from there.
And, again, Swiftbass was number 2 in the pool. He's seeded number 2. So, I mean, that's not a bad loss or anything at all.
Especially when it was that close.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, especially compared to game 1, like such a big. Obviously, his counter pick, but it doesn't matter. Like that was a big difference, you know.
Counter pick with the stage ban.
Yeah, true. So yeah, so that's something, you know, that you just got to remember. Like, okay, you know, I did better game 2. Like, we'll do better next set. You know, all that. But just things to remember.